Yeah. What's up with y'all, boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here with picks from the DawgHouse Super Bowl edition. Last and final episode of the season. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here. We made it. We got the Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs battling it out in the last NFL game of the year. Somebody will be crowned champ. Will the Chiefs be three-time Super Bowl champs? Or will Philadelphia break their hearts and steal it and get their revenge from not too long ago? I'm ready to break it down with the fellas, man. Big Al McMorty. How you doing, sir?
Doing good. Yeah, can't wait for the game. Can't wait for tomorrow's basketball as well. Should be a fun sports weekend. And yeah, it's been a great season. Over the last couple of weeks in the NFL, I'm 19-9, the last 28. So ending the season on a winning note, and we'll look to keep it going in the Super Bowl.
Look to keep it rolling. We'll discuss everything under the sun here in just a few moments. Sean Murphy, how you doing, sir?
Yeah, Jay, just looking forward to the game. Setting up to be a good one. And yeah, Championship Sunday had a nice sweep, so we'll look to keep that going on Sunday. And we were talking a little bit before the show here. It's a tough one to cap, in my opinion, but some good props on the table and some good angles we can take to maybe make some money here on Super Bowl Sunday.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm right there with you. I got a couple props I'm going to talk to you guys about. Um, and then, of course, I'm going to talk to you guys about the side. So I'm ready to talk about that, man. It's been, I would say, from a hype perspective, the hype kind of was drowned out by NBA free agency, or not free agency, but trade deadline over the last week or so. Of course, with the main one being here, sadly, in my city. Tragic news that happened there, man. But we are here for the Super Bowl, man. We've made it. I think we're recording this on Friday mid-afternoon, so I think today, tomorrow is really where the hype will build back up. And then, of course, Sunday, everybody's at a Super Bowl party. Everybody's watching the game. Everybody tuned in for halftime. All the Twitter's talking about how the refs cheating, and you know how it be, man. You know how it be. I'm ready to discuss it though, fellas. So let's do it, man. Last one of the year, man. Let's close it out on a good note, man. Let's close it out. First game on the board. Only game on the board. Right now, man, I'm seeing even line. I'm seeing an even line. Al, you're usually my Mister. I always have the screen up with all the books across the land. What are you seeing across the landscape? I'm seeing even line and total 48.5. What are you seeing?
I don't see any evens. Which sportsbook are you looking at? I see one for the most part across the board, except BetMGM has 1.5 minus 5 cents, as does DraftKings. But otherwise, I just see Kansas City -1, -110.
I'm seeing Kansas City a lot of money lines -110. But for me personally, when I do this, I'm looking at my main book. So it's like
Oh,
that.
you're okay.
So for me, it's
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at like the money line -120 +100 at Bet365 at Circa at BetMGM. It's pretty solid. So it's pretty consistent right now. The Chiefs are -120 on the money line, or minus a point, minus $1.10.
there we go. So slight favorite for the Kansas City Chiefs. Steals line opened up. What, Kansas City -2, and
One
then
and a half forward two. Yeah.
yeah, opened up around 1.5 2. So not too much movement. It's the Super Bowl, so everybody knows pretty much everything. There's not too many more crevices to uncover. It is what it is. We're here. So two of the best teams in the National Football League battling it out on the gridiron. Al, how are you attacking this game here?
Yeah, I want to look at the over under. You take a look at what the two teams did on conference championship Sunday. The Eagles put up 55 in that game against the Commanders. 55-23 was the final. 78 total points scored in that game. The Chiefs put up 32 in a 32-29 victory, so 61 in the AFC championship game. And I think the knee-jerk reaction for a lot of bettors is to look at the over 48.5 here, especially when you take a look at what these two teams did a couple of years ago in the Super Bowl when Kansas City won that game 38-35. So 73 total points were scored in that one. But I think this game, what we're going to see is going to be a lot closer to the regular season game these two teams played in 2023. That game finished 21-17, so a total of 38 points there. I think we're going to see something like a 24-13 kind of game. I'm not going to say who I think is going to win. That's my 5-star NFL game of the year at Pick Dawgz. But for technical support on the under, consider that the Eagles are now 67-29 to the under if their previous game totaled 58 or more points. And also games between two teams that were both off high-scoring games where more than 60 points were scored. Those games have gone 68-51 under, including 43-18 under the total if the over-under line range from 45 to 52 points. This, of course, is right in the middle of that. So I'm going to take the under 48.5, guys.
Under the total, says Big Al McMorty. Scoop up his 5-star game of the year play, you said?
Yep.
Game of the year play from Big Al McMorty over at Pick Dawgz Premium on the side. Sean Murphy, how you feeling, sir? We're on this football game.
Yeah, so this is a true toss-up in terms of the side here. I think there's some different ways to maybe approach this game with some of the player props here this week. If you like the Eagles to win this game, I think the argument can be made that they're perhaps the more talented all-around team catching a point here. If you like them to win the game, I almost think the way to go here is maybe to look at the MVP odds and consider Saquon Barkley as your MVP for this game. It was plus 260 earlier in the week. I think it's at about plus 240 now at most books. He's basically the second favorite behind Patrick Mahomes for that for the award. But you could have made the case for Barkley to win the NFL MVP this year. Obviously, he didn't. Josh Allen got it. I think if the Eagles win this game, I think the path for them to win this is to run it on the Chiefs. Teams have been running it on the Chiefs throughout these playoffs. We know what Saquon's been doing. He's got that extra week of rest here coming into this game. I think he's the focal point of the offense in this game. We still don't know for sure with Jalen Hurts how healthy that knee is. He hasn't been quite as mobile in these playoffs, and I think even with the extra week, I still think the path to a win here for the Eagles is through Saquon running the ball against the Chiefs. So I think that's how I'd look at. If you like the Eagles in this game, that's how I'd probably look to play that. Also, their offensive line had the extra week to get healthy because Landon Dickerson, Cam Jurgens, they were both hurt in that NFC Championship game, so they're back at full strength. I think Saquon has a game here. On the flip side, with the Chiefs, I think the way to attack the props from that perspective is probably this is going to be a Patrick Mahomes game. Obviously, a lot on his plate for this matchup. I think he's going to have to. I don't know. I like the way the Eagles defense does match up against the Chiefs overall. They should be able to snuff out the run in this game. So I think for Mahomes, it's probably going to involve a lot of QB scrambles. I don't know if we see too many designed runs for him in this game, but I think you'd look at some of Patrick Mahomes' rushing totals and perhaps maybe go with one where you get a little better return. If we're looking at Mahomes to run for 40 yards or more, again, bit of a long shot here, but I think we're looking at plus 145 or better right now as a price on that one. And additionally, I think the tight ends in this game for the Chiefs. I think that's always been the way with the Chiefs. We know Travis Kelce hasn't had a career year here with his career winding down, but I think that's a matchup that's positive for the Chiefs in this game. And if you don't like betting Kelce props here, where they're always perhaps a little overvalued, look at Noah Gray in this game actually, and I think he has a good shot at finding the end zone. I like actually any Kelce Gray props in this game. There's a lot where I'm looking at going over the totals on those. So I think that's how you attack the Chiefs in this game. I think it's a tough matchup for them to try and run the ball on this Eagles defense. And I also think it's a pretty tough matchup throwing deep, and we haven't seen that much of that from the Chiefs anyway. So that's kind of my feel on it. Al made a good case on the under. That's usually my first go-to look in these games. 48.5 I'd lean under on that play as well. Again, based on the two teams coming off those high scoring performances, but no real strong feel for that. I'll probably end up settling on a side here before Sunday for a play on Pick Dawgz. But for now, that's my breakdown.
There you go. There you go from Sean Murphy. There you go. He broke down some props, and told you where he was leaning sidewise. For me, y'all know exactly where I'm at. I'm at the same place I've been telling y'all since day one of this NFL season. I think we'll see a three-peat, the first one ever in NFL history. I'm on the Kansas City Chiefs, outright on the money line. Minus 120, minus 110, whatever it is. This is one I'll pay up for the juice. I don't want to get involved in a 1-point fiasco. Wouldn't surprise me if this game came right down to a 1-point fiasco. I think, shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles. This is a really good football team. I've said that a lot of times this season. For majority of the season, I had Philadelphia going to the Super Bowl. Then I kind of like the matchup there for the Rams. I thought the Rams might have been a team to knock them off. They survived. Rams had a chance to go down there and win it late in that football game. Eagles survived. And now here they are in the Super Bowl. Well-coached team. Have the best running back in the National Football League in Saquon Barkley. We survived the Giants, now the Eagles. They got Saquon Barkley, man. Lord have mercy. But shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles. Jalen Hurts actually played really well in the last game he just played. They have some really good weapons on the outside. A Heisman Trophy winner, Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown. Of course, we know how good he is. Defensively, I think, is where Philadelphia had its question marks, but as we've seen here in the postseason, that defensive line is legitimate. And I hear Sean where he was saying it will be kind of tough for the Kansas City Chiefs to kind of establish that line of scrimmage and rush the football. Ultimately, though, I think the Chiefs do find a way to win this football game. And I think it's going to be on the shoulders of kind of what I've just laid out for majority of the season. The Kansas City Chiefs in this game, as well coached as Nick Sirianni has his Eagles, as good as Jalen Hurts is as an NFL quarterback, Chiefs have the best. They have the best coach in the NFL in Andy Reid. They have the best quarterback in the league. They have the best improviser quarterback in the league. So when the pocket collapses, when things fall apart, he makes a play. And I think ultimately that's what's going to set this game apart. That's what sets him apart in years past. And situationally, how good the Chiefs are. It usually doesn't come down to a talent battle with the Chiefs. It's just they are really good situationally. Shout out to Spagnuolo and the defensive pressure he dials up in the biggest moments. And shout out to how good the Chiefs are in and out of every moment offensively. I attribute that to Andy Reid. And I think that's the edge for me in this football game. As minute, as razor thin as some of you may think that is, I think that's the edge for Kansas City. In a sport where yards, inches separate wins and losses, there's your edge, or at least for me. In this game, I like the Kansas City Chiefs to win it. I think they limit Saquon Barkley in a certain aspect. I'm just going to say that lightly because I still think he has a monster game. I believe he's the second best player in this football game behind Patrick Mahomes. I think Travis Kelce actually has a huge game here. I like Travis Kelce over receiving yards. I don't know if he scores. But I think we see a lot of that Mahomes kind of roll out and just dump off to Travis Kelce sitting in a soft zone in the middle of the field. I also like DeAndre Hopkins over receptions. They went and acquired a veteran like him for a reason. And I think in a game like this, you kind of shy away from your young guys like Worthy. Worthy had a hell of a game against Buffalo. Shout out Worthy. But I think I would probably look at some underworthy props just because you kind of shy away from young guys in the big moments and you trust your old, wily veterans. And that's exactly what DeAndre Hopkins is. I see him having a really good game, getting involved here. I see Kareem Hunt I would look at Kareem Hunt over. I know that the Eagles defense is stout, but Kareem Hunt kind of has had that rejuvenation. I kind of like what I've seen from him. So that's what I'm attacking here. Travis Kelce over receiving yards. DeAndre Hopkins over receptions. Kareem Hunt over rushing yards. Patrick Mahomes under interceptions. I don't think he throws one. And the Kansas City Chiefs to win this football game. So that's kind of how I'm attacking the Super Bowl. For me, over at Pick Dawgz Premium, I will have the total for sale over there. I absolutely love the total. I think I have it pegged exactly. As far as the side, man, y'all know I've been telling you I've had a futures ticket on the Chiefs since day one. I'm not hedging. I'm not cashing out. We're not doing anything like that. We're just trying to see it all the way through. So that's where I'm at on the side. And I'll have a couple more props for you, ladies and gentlemen, come Super Bowl Sunday as well. These are just a couple off the top of my head, but there is one I've already bet pretty heavily. I'll have that one over there at Pick Dawgz Premium as well. And yeah, man. So I'm excited. Super Bowl Sunday, man. We made it. We're here. Last one of the season. And before you know it, I'll be like, damn, man. Football season as a whole is just gone. College football's over. NFL's gone. It's been a hell of a season, man. We appreciate each and every one of y'all that have rode it with us. I know it's been a crazy season, even for us here, man. We lost the leader of the ship, man, and Money Man Mitch. Yeah, man, it's just been one of those, man. We added Sean Murphy. Shout out Sean for filling in for us full season. Shout out Sean. We'll be back next season, ready to continue to cook this up. And we're just trying to keep the mission alive, man. Keep the dream alive, man, and continue to help you guys find ways to attack the NFL, betting sports, man. So that's what I got for y'all. That's it for me. Al, what you got this weekend over at Pick Dawgz Premium?
Well, I'll probably have 15 to 20 basketball plays on Saturday, as I usually do. On a nice little roll, I'm 336 and 232, my last 568. So if folks want to get on board, just go over to Pick Dawgz, and you can team me up with one of these other fine handicappers, Sean and Jay. Do the 2-for-1 and 3-for-1 handicapper special, and we'll make you a lot of money this weekend.
Sean, what you got going on this weekend?
Yeah, same as Al, lots of basketball. Having a nice winning season in college hoops. So tomorrow, as usual, Saturday's a high volume day every week. So no different this week. We'll look to have another big day. And yeah, I just wanted to say just thanks for having me on. Thanks. It's been bittersweet. It's a tough situation to step into. I wasn't looking to fill any shoes here, and just appreciate you guys for asking me to come on. And yeah, hope to return next year for next season, and we'll start from day one with the full boards.
Yes, sir. Yes, we will, man. Yes, we will. Until then, check out the Sunday show we're going to do live on the morning of Super Bowl Sunday. Check that out. 10 a.m. Eastern will be the start of that show. So hopefully we'll see you guys there. But this is Picks from the DawgHouse, Super Bowl edition, last and final episode of the year. It's been your guys, man. We out of here. Peace.